How's it going? How are you? Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I give you a big, big hug with much light, with much love, with much peace. Wishing that each and every one of your dreams comes true. We have a very interesting week ahead from May 11th to May 17th. To start, May 11th is a very magical day. Not just because of the number 11, there are planetary movements on the 11th that fill us with drive, with news, with ideas, with not holding back from making things happen. Also, on May 16th, we have a super new moon. Yeah, a super new moon means we're going to feel the new moon right here, super close, in the sign of Taurus. So imagine that the super new moon is like an energy that's beyond magical. A great day, of course, to set our new moon intentions, but this time it's a super new moon. It's going to start in the sign of Taurus. And at 8:23 p.m., listen closely, it will move into Gemini. The super new moon enters the sign of Taurus, and until 8 p.m., it moves into the sign of Gemini. By being in the sign of Taurus this coming May 16th, our intentions kind of multiply, and being a supermoon makes many of our dreams and our desires come true much faster. More and more, the capacity of the mind is being tested, the capacity we have to think, feel, and act, and consequently see our dreams become reality. You, me, and everyone are exactly what we are thinking. When we express, when we write down our intentions, it's an extra favorable effort we're giving to the realization of our desires and our longings. Because I'm thinking it, I'm feeling it, I'm writing it down, and if I say it out loud, it multiplies even more. Day by day, everything that has to do with the physical, mental, and spiritual connection is echoing in our reality. If I start to think that I can achieve my dreams, my desires, and my longings, who is going to make me doubt that? No one. I mean, I believe, I trust, and I act accordingly. May 16th, write your intentions, put May 16th, super new moon in Taurus, and you start writing your intentions always in the present tense. I am, or I can, or I have, I deserve, I desire, whatever you want, whatever comes from your soul. It's a week of the waning moon from the 11th to the 16th, okay? When it's a waning moon, the suggestion is to sell, donate, or give away what you haven't used in the last year. When we make space for the new, our lives begin to turn and change. When we remove a little bit of everything that we're hooked on like this, because we all are, you know? I'll keep those pants. I'll be thin soon. I'll keep those shoes. They'll be back in style soon. I'll keep that bag. No, I'm not saying that we should donate, sell, or give away right away. No. But it is important to remove and give space to the new because it will give us peace, relaxation, tranquility, and it will open channels of abundance. But something I love to do, I do it very often, especially during a waning moon, because the waning moon is like a pause, a turning point in our path, is to write. Write what hurts, what overwhelms, what worries us, what we think we've already healed but isn't healed. It can feel a little more raw, depending on our zodiac sign, but during a waning moon, it's beautiful to release what we've been keeping inside. Grab paper and a pen. Put on some pleasant music, light some incense, a candle, and write what hurts you, what overwhelms you, what worries you. Those wounds that we all might carry, or the anger, or the upsets. Oh, because suddenly we can't tell someone the truth to their face? But I can write them down and tear them up. Never wishing ill on anywhere. Yetta, that's not done. Because everything comes back. It's releasing what I've kept inside my soul, in my little heart, and in my mind. And I tear it into pieces. So leave space for the new. Leave your mind and your little heart completely free of pain and resentment. It's not worth it. Without further ado, I'll move on to the astrological recommendations. My dear Aries, it's not time to think, it's time to act. You've thought about it, you've imagined it, it's time to move forward. Venus, which is the planet of love and money, is opening new channels of abundance for you. So it's already something that you can't leave for later. It's time to move forward quickly with eagerness. With spirit, with dedication, with commitment, with that commitment to yourself of knowing that you are capable of this, that, and more. Through your social contacts, please use your social contacts. You will move forward very quickly in some agreement or negotiation, also in a meeting, event, or gathering, as if the ideas of other people will help you. Like staying with the, yes, I'll go this way, I'll go that way. It's just that many times our guides, angels, and teachers send us signals in many shapes and ways. Stay alert in meetings, events, and gatherings. This week, it's very important that your sixth sense be totally clear because you're going to make a determination, a decision that benefits your future in the very short term. And short term is now, late May, early June. Yes, regarding purchases, sales, negotiations, or making determinations that benefit your professional life, setting aside the usual or the known to do something new or different. Taurus, you know perfectly well how to make things happen. You're a very forward-thinking person, very hardworking, and very committed. They're going to present you with new and different things throughout this week that benefit your economic and work life very much. It's something new, it's something different. You're going to step out of comfort zones or ease, which really, those comfort zones and ease are habits and customs. So 2 or 3 habits or 2 or 3 customs are going to break, but it's very beneficial because you're a very capable and very versatile person. And when all this has to do with art, with beauty, with communication, with crafts, with giving yourself that permission to do new and different things, and not to mention because you're great at business, right? Of course, this is a very, very productive and effective week for you, my dear. Taurus, an interesting opportunity to reconnect is also indicated. It could be with friends or with some loved one where there was some kind of distance for whatever reason. Because that's just how we humans are, right? Suddenly we feel like it's no big deal. I'll see him later, or I'll see her later, or I'll fix things later. And life, my dears, life goes by in the blink of an eye. That's why it's important to reconnect with our loved ones, with our friends, and give ourselves opportunities because socializing, being with family, well, it's a wonderful treasure. And that's going to happen this week, my dear Taurus. If you have to do any negotiation or purchase or some kind of signing, remember that the super new moon will be on the 16th. Before that, we're in a waning them. If you can wait until after the 16th, it would be much better. But if you have to sign anything these days, May 11th, 12th, and 13th are looking perfect for Gemini. Changes in your assets that are going to give you a huge and giant sigh of relief. Oh, you're going to inhale and exhale so calmly, like everything is working better. Everything is moving along much faster now. It's like it's finally catching its rhythm, right? All the new things you're doing and the ideas that have been popping into your head. That always happens because it's just so Gemini. Very creative, very intuitive, and, well, whatever crosses their mind, they always make it a reality and no one can stop them. This week, well, I can't tell you one specific day, but from the 11th to the 16th, exactly when the 16th starts, the super new moon in Taurus, which moves into your sign at night. Around 8 in the evening, it moves into your sign. So all the energy from the 11th to the 16th is very favorable for you. especially in economic, financial, work related, and professional matters. Also, of course, if you have to settle any kind of communication difference with a family member, it's a very lovely week. It's a week where you'll reach very good agreements. Yes, very favorable asset changes are coming for you. It's clear it's coming. It's written. Some paperwork related to your estate, which is something they either gift you or set up for you, or give you, or you inherit. Something to do with money or inheritances, because these are very favorable asset changes for Gemini for Cancer. You have everything going for you, my love. Everything means everything. This is in the physical, mental, and spiritual. Don't doubt your possibilities, and even less allow anyone to make you doubt the possibilities you have, my dear Cancer. Do me a favor and tuck your little heart away in a drawer and keep moving forward with your plans, desires, and longings. Everyone can have their own opinion. What matters here is that you don't let yourself be hurt by the opinions of others. Because when people point fingers at someone else, well, they definitely wish they had what you're doing or who you are. So let him talk, my love. It's a very good week. Pay close attention since your luminary is coming, which is the moon, and it's gonna be a super new moon this coming 16th. You'll feel big changes starting now, all week long. So you're gonna have the strength to say, look, my love, this is who I am, this is what I want, these are my desires, and this is the path I'm taking. Your intelligence, your ability, and your leadership will be on full display in meetings, events, gatherings, or any kind of celebration. Whatever it is, you have it in mind to make an important purchase. Of course, you're looking, observing, checking, analyzing, and getting advice from the experts. Everything new that's coming into your life is very important, and it's also the result, my dear Cancer, of your good conduct. Many times, things take a while, but when we give it time and we trust, everything works out. And that's what you're living and seeing right now, my dear Cancer. Leo, something that wasn't happening, wasn't moving, wasn't working, wasn't blooming overnight. It's just like our precious and most beloved orchids. Oh, my queens, they can take 1 or 2, I don't know how many years to bloom. There you go. Right now, you're like an orchid, blooming for all it's worth. New things, different things, everything is working out. Remember that your luminary is the sun, my dear Leo. And having Saturn and Neptune and Aries, and we have none other than Uranus in Gemini, right now is not the time to think. Now is the time to act. Everything that has crossed your mind, it's time to put it into action. Very good changes are indicated for your finances. I always suggest you maintain a balance of income and expenses so that you have healthy finances. This is a very good week that will benefit you in matters of speaking, expressing, communicating, buying, selling, imports, exports, trade. All of that is being marked totally in your favor. Right now, you also have a very interesting opportunity to settle a difference you have at home. Because remember that the home, well, it's a temple, not a battlefield, my love. If we get angry, we get frustrated, we get upset, we shout, we curse in the most important place, which is the home, we block abundance and prosperity. If the universe, the planets are super in your favor, my dear Leo, try to maintain, as it should be, the harmony, the balance, the communication, because we can reach arrangements and agreements definitely for a common good. You have very good aspects. I repeat, your attraction, your chemistry, your magnetism, but especially the blooming. Like the orchids, our beautiful orchids suddenly take a long time to come out. That's what you are. Right now, you're coming with very good changes for Virgos. If you have to do a signing, contract, agreement, negotiation, analyze, observe, check, get advice from experts. You have several paths in front of you, several decisions to make. The advice of people with more knowledge, more experience, Well, many times our loved ones have a tremendous experience and we don't listen to them. And yes, I believe that the years bring a lot of experience. Listen to the voice of the years, my dear Virgo. Everything you have in mind, those plans, those ideas, you can put them into action with expert advice. Everything related to partnerships, new beginnings, closing cycles, and doing new and different things is in your favor. Don't listen to the gossip, the back and forth, or the hallway chatter. Ah, what a bother. I'm sticking to what I said. Anyone who criticizes, points, and raises a finger to judge someone else is just an admirer. So keep that in mind, my dear Virgo. If they criticize or point at you, they're just admiring your path and your light, honey. It's that simple. A time of abundance and prosperity for you. Don't stop your progress, please, because of dream stealers. Listen, if you don't have a stable relationship right now, it marks the start of a relationship, and if we're already in one, it looks like a reunion. Everything very lovely, like everything is starting to bloom once again. For Libras, Venus is your planet, and Venus is telling you you have attraction, chemistry, magnetism. You have that certain something. Well, you know that's how you are. With that incredible magnetism, well, you'll be able to open any door, no matter how tightly it's closed. Any seed you plant right now, even if you plant it among nothing but rocks, a little flower will grow. I assure you of that. Because you know that what goes through your mind, you make real. But by worrying too much about others' needs, you forget your own. And right now, the best thing you can do is take care of your needs. So there's more productivity, and by handling everything you must do, you'll have a high level of productivity to provide for yourself and your loved ones what you need. You follow me? I mean, you'll delegate to keep building that productivity with your strength, energy, and creativity, doing new and different things. Focus exactly like that on your desires and your longings. The universe is conspiring to make your dream a reality. The only thing you have to do is push the door. You don't even need a key or a code or a number, nothing. You just push it. You're one step away from many of your dreams, not just one, but several of your dreams. It's very important, my dear Libra, not to listen to the voices of negative people. You know how many dreams broken, not done, because people point fingers, don't listen to them. This is a great week for you, and not just this one. You've had all these favorable aspects for quite some time now. You've had great growth, great learning experiences. Now it's your turn to receive, my dear Libra, everything you deserve. Peace, love, serenity, tranquility, harmony, success, whatever you desire. For the Scorpios, you're sitting in an important chair. This means you have the strength, dedication, commitment, capacity, understanding, and more. In that chair where you find yourself, you can support, share, and give to others. Right now, by sharing with others, it will come back to you multiplied. Does this mean you remember the whole path you've traveled to be where you are right now? That is important. What you must also remember is who was actually with you, my dear Scorpio, on that whole path you've traveled to be where you are. If those people are raising their hands now, asking for help and support, well, it will benefit you greatly to help and support them because that will be to your benefit. Yeah, it's called the boomerang effect. It's time for you to reach out, and the universe will return it to you, multiplied. If you need to settle differences this week regarding, there are meetings where you sometimes don't reach agreements, but this week you will reach very good ones, especially on the 13th, 14th, and 15th, which are very valuable days for you in your personal life and, of course, in your professional life, with benefits for your family life. The time you invest in yourself and your family will multiply significantly in your professional life. Keep that joy, keep that drive, keep that friendliness, and don't doubt yourself at all. It's time to push yourself like this and move forward. For Sagittarians, well, there are several planets giving you magic keys to open any door, no matter how tightly closed it may be. What you're gonna do, my dear Sagittarius, is focus your magical and wonderful energy, remembering that you've been through quite a few situations these past few weeks. What do you mean? That stellium in Aries is past, right? My dear Sagittarius, right now, Uranus is in Gemini, Pluto is in Aquarius retrograde, and the sun will soon enter Gemini this coming May 20th. How does all this benefit you? What's going to give you more freedom of action? That you'll be more focused, more relaxed, more at peace? And it's not just, my love, about this year. You've spent years grinding away, forging new paths, falling down, getting back up, putting a smile on your face, putting on a smile when what you really wanted to do was cry. But you don't bend, do you? You're like a reed. You sway from side to side, but they don't break you. It's important to give yourself permission to make mistakes and to get back up again and to have people near you, my dear Sagittarius, who understand yourself, your being, your inner self. And, well, I can tell you that sometimes there can be many people around you, and yet you still don't feel like they're understanding what you're going through. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's called evolution. You're undergoing a transformation. New and different things are coming. That's why you've been making big changes in yourself, in your being, and in your inner self. Because all that strength, that energy, that capacity, and that joy you've always had, maybe it was diminished a bit by your excessive responsibilities, work, not giving yourself permission, but giving it to others instead. This week, you're going to feel like, oh, something happened. Yes, it really does. That's how the planets are. They suddenly show up and make changes in the way you think, feel, and act. And that will be the balance in your personal life, your work life, your social life, but especially in your emotional life, in your love life, my dear Sagittarius. For the Capricorns, changes, transformations, news, and opportunities. Don't wait any longer, my love. The timing is perfect. The time is now. It's the time to make things happen. You're moving out of situations, like shaking off negativity and such, trusting in your strength, your power, your energy. There are many planets that are favoring you. Besides, this new moon, supermoon, coming on the 16th, will favor you tremendously in your decision-making, especially those involving contracts, agreements, or deals. I don't know, something new coming into your life? I know perfectly well that you have the ability, strength, energy, and knowledge, not to mention the leadership and independence, but expert advice on the decisions you're making will be key because it relates to your financial and professional life. Through your social contacts, it's indicated that you'll move faster on some project you have in the works. If you're planning a trip or making a major purchase, you're in a good period for things to work in your favor. There will be good news in your home and your family that will bring you much joy and happiness. Several planets are giving you applause, rewards, and recognition for one of your family members. For Aquarius, the doors are wide open. They have no lock and no key. Go for it. It's that simple. That means that when you sow, you reap, my dear Aquarius, and now is the time to harvest, but you must trust. You must trust in the abundance that the universe has for you. You must trust in everything you have sown. If you planted oranges, well, you're gonna harvest oranges. You won't be doubting, what did I plant? Well, it was oranges, right? So what am I gonna harvest? Grapes? No, no, my love. Right now, there's no room for doubt, my dear Aquarius. Right now, set the doubt aside. On the contrary, what you'll do now is trust in abundance. And I repeat, everything passing through your mind, your eyes will see it's a reality, and it's that simple. Look, Pluto, which is an Aquarius, is in retrograde, but it's opening new doors, new paths, giving you what you need and what you deserve. Emotional beginnings or emotional reunions are also indicated. If you're looking for a change in your finances, look no further. Dragon friend you. If you take off the blindfold from your eyes, you'll see things exactly as they are. Nothing is magic and nothing is good luck. Everything is the result of your thinking, feeling, and acting. It's time to trust and to move forward. And for Pisces, there are very interesting opportunities for you, my dear Pisces, but you have to get away from often our thoughts start to sabotage us, right? It happens to all of us. But you, thoughtful, tender, romantic, sensitive, and thinking so much of others, have forgotten yourself a bit. But this week, something magical will happen. Something special will happen. It could be premonitory dreams. It could be very clear messages from your guides, your angels, your teachers that will tell you exactly what you desire. And that's a very important and personal task for Pisces, to learn day by day the important place they occupy in this world, in this universe, because we all occupy an important place, my dear Pisces. But since kindness, generosity, and nobility win you over, suddenly you step aside, you move over to let others pass. Something happens this week where you become very aware and say, true, I deserve it. I deserve it all. Exactly, my love. Everything we sow is harvested. And you've sown light, peace, love, harmony, happiness. Well, you deserve it. So it's time to trust, to move forward, to do new things, different things. On the 16th, what do we have? The new moon, supermoon in the sign of Taurus. I invite you to make your super decrees, your visualizations, and your intentions, because everything will be given to you. You're very magical. There will be news in your home that will fill your heart with much joy and happiness. And there's also a lot of passion in your relationship, if you have a relationship. And if we don't have a relationship, my dear Pisces, well, it turns out you'll meet someone who will fill your soul with joy, happiness, and a lot of passion. You have to make a purchase, a sale, a negotiation. Let yourself flow, remembering that everything you have in mind will happen. It's some magic wand week in your mind. You're being given 7 magic keys to open any door, no matter how closed it may be. So don't overthink things so much. It's time to move forward. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, be yourselves, trust in yourselves. Often we stop being ourselves or stop trusting ourselves because someone comes and moves us from our center. Well, no, this is a week to believe and to trust. I invite you to subscribe here to our channel, give it a thumbs up, hit the bell icon, and share it with your friends. There are more and more of us every day, and that brings me so much joy and happiness. And I invite you to check out my English channel. It's named just like Mizada, right? Because it's me, Mizada-EN. And you can tell your family or your friends who speak that language, well, so they can see my horoscopes and many more things here on the channel. On social media, I'm Mizada Mohamed, and I'm verified on all of them. If it's not verified, it's not Mizada. If you see my videos on any account and you see it doesn't say Mizada, well, they're taking my name, my image, my career, my everything for their channels. So that's not the one. It's where you see Mizada Mohamed verified. And the website is mizadamohamed.com, so you can check out. The only things you see there are the only things I sell. I don't give consultations or sell things like crystals, candles, and so on. No, not that. Much light, much peace, much love, and much harmony. I am Mizada Mohamed. I love you all very much. I love you all, and I want to see you thrive.
Thank you very much for graciously joining us today. Please subscribe to our channel and kindly visit my personal website, Mizada-Mohamed.com.